with a quick tip for educators. If you're having trouble, you see your students are either taking their Chromebooks home or they have them at school and they take them from classroom to classroom. They're not using them for educational purposes. They're using them to play video games. Of course, the school system can block them, but there's every way online for them to get around that. They can use other means of signing in. So it's like if you're using something like Hapara, which is really good for monitoring them, notice that they also continually find ways around that. And if you see them signed into 2 or more devices that aren't on your school account, you'll want to check, because I'm not saying that's always the case, but usually that means they have a cell phone with a hotspot turned on, or they're signing in through something other than the school account, and they're playing video games or doing something inappropriate or non-educational that you don't want them to do. So you can check that out. But if you're tired of them taking home the Chromebooks, destroying them, I mean, I literally knew of one student that threw a school Chromebook at a locomotive train just to see what would happen to it. They slammed them on the floor. Again, not all. There are some really good students that are conscientious, take care of them, use them for educational purposes. But I find the majority of them is probably not the case. So you can get a handy dandy case like this for your classroom. This was made by Anywhere Card. I'm not selling these. I'm just recommending them. If you want to, you can lock them so the students can't get them, other than when you have an assignment for them. Notice there's air holes in them, in the front and the back and different places throughout the sides that allow the Chromebooks some air so they don't overheat while they're charging. There's caster wheels on the bottom, or wheels, and they have lockouts on them so you can step down on it and keep them from rolling away when you don't want them to. Notice there's chargers in the back, or places you can put chargers in the back. And then usually they recommend putting only 4 to the side. You can put up to 35 or 36 in one of these cases if you have that many chargers. But they're finding that usually they charge the best with just 4 per side. So 4 here, 4 here. You can number them if you want to, and some teachers do that. And each student only have a specific Chromebook that's numbered to them. That way you can keep track of them. Other people don't. And you still have, you know who is on the Chromebook, but you can see who was signed into it. But this is a good way to keep your students. You don't keep them from abusing them or damaging them, but you cut down on a lot of it with a system like this. So you might want to check this out. I've been in school systems where they had the one Chromebook and they let the kids take them home. All kinds of stuff goes on with them. All kinds of damage. And again, you can get some classroom damage. It was easier to track and control this way when you do. Some school systems are going to just having them in each classroom that needs them, only using them for the assignments that they're given for that day or that time, part of the class period. You can lock them up, keep kids from just running in, grabbing the Chromebooks and starting to play video games and not paying attention to you when you're teaching or when you have a lesson. So this is a good opportunity, a good way of helping control and manage that type of thing. You can look online. I'm sure there's lots of different places that sell these devices, lots of different types. These are the types that I've seen that work well. So make sure you push like and subscribe buttons if you liked it, if you want to subscribe. I do a lot of science and animal videos, but I throw in some educational tips as well. So I also have a teacher paid teacher that I just recently started, that I'm starting to sell some things on there. I'll be putting a lot more like PowerPoint type things or Google Slide lessons as well. So you might want to check that out as well. This is Mr. Cox signing out.